I'm your host, Scott Liberto, and on this episode of the Computability Show, I'm going to show you Harvard's mini robots, USB typewriters, and some upcoming dates for the Salt Lake City COMICON, September 4th through 6th, coming up next on the Computability Show. The Kilobots are coming! The Kilobots are coming! What the hell is a Kilobot? Well, I'm going to show you. This is a Kilobot. That's it right there. It's a really small robot that Harvard recently made. And they have these little, I guess, pins for legs. And they vibrate around. That's the way they move. You can see it's only the size of like a penny. And so they work sort of as a collective somehow, where one of them is given information and they're able to like form these crazy shapes. And I think I've got one of those shapes right here. Here you go. They make like a K. They make like a starfish, and they kind of work automatically on their own by talking to each other. But why should I talk about it when I can show you the video? Now these things are really pretty cool. What they do is they sort of come together by talking to each other. And so when four of them get an instruction, they sort of form the shape around those four. And they're able to find out where to go due to their little sensors. They have little infrared sensors that allow them to talk to each other. Here's the little sensors in action, so you can see that they sense each other's where they're located, and they're able to communicate with one another. You can see that some of them are programmed to do these shapes, and this is the shapes that they end up in. They work as a swarm, sort of like a bees or the Borg, if you will. They just basically have these algorithms that they're very basic, but you know, when you have more than one item talking to another and another and another, it sort of produces this, it's able to work like one mind. And who knows what this is going to turn into in the future, but it's a pretty cool technology. Here's them setting it up. They've got 4 seed robots. And they just place the 4. And all of them kind of go around the edge and just kind of fill in the blank, making the shapes. So now this is sped up. This does not happen instantly. This is something that it takes hours, 7 hours, 10 hours. But eventually, you know, this occurs. Or little vibrating things are going really slow. But here's an 11-hour to 5-hour different shapes being made right here. Pretty cool. Now, what they're going to do with this, I have no idea, but you know, it's really kind of a test of what we can do with swarm-like behavior with robots. And who knows? They might be able to clean out oil spills. They might be able to, you know, go into hazardous conditions. You know, if you make them really super small, you'd be able to use these things sort of go inside a human being and maybe fix whatever's wrong. You know, so they can talk to one another. So. Lot of reasons to use it. Now, I've got a new app that's recently out. It's called the Hanx Writer. Tom Hanks, yes, the bosom buddies actor, decided to come out with his own app. Okay, Kim Kardashian had one recently. There's been a lot of stars who've had apps. This particular one is supposed to make your iPad like a typewriter. Okay. I understand he's nostalgic for it, and it's kind of interesting thing, you know, the way it works. Basically, you type, you hear the sound effects of a real typewriter. You can turn off your delete key if you want to make it sort of a little more realistic, I guess. And you see your little carriage go back and forth. Well, I gotta tell you something, Mr. Hanx. I don't think you know jack about these types of typewriters, because, you know, if you would have done it the geek way, you may have perhaps done it the way that I'm about to show you. And that is the USB typewriter. Okay, I can't believe they actually came out with this, but doggone it, all these people are out there making these homemade consumer goods. This guy's selling thousands of these, so people are really nostalgic for the feeling of a typewriter. That one right there, I mean, I learned on a manual typewriter. I like doing the carriage return, and this is an actual typewriter that has been converted. Now, this comes in two different ways. You can either buy a kit for it, or you can buy the typewriter itself, and it's just a USB. It just goes into the side of your iPad, or it will work in Linux, it will work with Macs, it'll work with Windows-based systems. But, you know, go to usbtypewriter.com. Wait a minute. Why am I telling you to go someplace? Let me just show you. Okay, this is the USB typewriter. This is the website. And so I'm going to click right here. Here's a conversion kit. 94 bucks for a conversion kit. That's pretty good, I think. And you get to do it yourself. I go back to the conversion kits. You can do it yourself. You can also buy a typewriter that's already been converted. And I picked one out for Mr. Hanx, so if you're watching this video, you might want to get this particular one. It's $7.99. And it is a very classic looking typewriter. It does have the carriage return. This is an actual typewriter. You can see it's an Underwood typewriter, which is the old style. I think it's before Smith Corona or a couple other brands out there. But yeah, they've completely cleaned it. They've restored it, and it will work with your existing iPad or your computer. So it actually does type. You can type with it. You just take a USB and you stick it in. It recognizes it no matter what. I'm going to show you a few of these pictures here. And there it is with a USB mouse. So Mr. Hanx, I think you need to meet Mr. Jack. And by the way, I do have some information on Mr. Jack here. Here we go. You can reach Jack at 215-828-7717 according to his website. And you can go to usbtypewriter.com. His name is Jack Zilkin. Now, let's see. COMICON is coming up. Now, there's always a COMICON coming up, but this is a great COMICON. It's a Salt Lake City COMICON. It's September 4th through the 6th. And I have to tell you, the people who are going to this particular event, it's a who's who in comic and TV history. So if you want to miss this thing and you live in the area and you're a geek, you're losing some serious geek cred right now. Now, here's the website. I'm going to pull it up. It has, it's got Stan Lee, which you can pay to get an autograph with. He is definitely 100% ready to take your $80 or something for your, for a signature. But you have to see who's here. It's unbelievable. Actually, I'm gonna pull up this other web page because it works a little bit better. Here we go. We got Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future, Kevin Sorbo from Hercules, Aaron Gray from Battlestar Galactica, Eve Miles. I loved her in Torchwood. You even have Patrick Warburton. I don't know if you've ever seen The Tick or not, but one of the funniest TV shows ever. It went off the air after like a season, but let me tell you, it's pretty good. Also, if you look through the list, let's go over the dates. The dates are the 4th through the 6th. Thursday between 2 and 8, Friday between 11 and 7, and Saturday between 10 and 7. They still have tickets for it. You can actually walk up if you have to. You can go to the day of the event and actually get tickets for this. So, great event. You can even meet Jeannie. She's going to be there. The list just goes on and on. Yeah, Barbara Eden. And so, and they're going to have the actual Batmobile. So you're going to see the 1966 Batmobile from the movie with Adam West. I mean, Danny Glover is going to be there. The list goes on and on. So check it out if you're in the area, Salt Lake City area, or even if you're not. If you got the money, you got the weekend, go see this because, you know, these stars are out there and, you know, you might be able to meet your favorite for the first time you've been waiting for all your life. Okay, so let's move on to the Hauppauge. I don't know if you realize it or not, but the company Hauppauge actually has an exclamation mark. And I wanted to respect that because I've got a dash in my name, and I like to say compute dashability every so often. So, you know, you can, yeah, it's an exclamation mark. Hauppauge! Now, they make the WinTV DCR 2650. That's this thing right here. I own it. I love it. I love it because it was cheap, $109 for this little device. What it is basically a CableCARD USB adapter. And I watch my TV through my computer hooked up to my TV set. So in order for me to get cable, and I want to record on the computer, because that way I can not only have this hooked up, bringing in my cable with a cable card. And by the way, there's no extra charges for this thing. Once you pay for it once, you get to keep the box. You can also have over the air. So if my cable goes out, I still have over the air to watch. And if I'm using a computer, I can use it as a regular computer to watch anything online through any of my services. And then on top of it, I can watch up to 6 channels. So right now I've only got 4 tuners in there, but Windows Media Center does allow up to 6 channels using this device. So it's great. I do recommend it. It was cheap. It was wife approved. And, you know, we're really saving a lot of money using this device because we used to go to like Amazon Prime and start downloading all these $199, $299 charges. Not anymore. So I've got over the air, this right here, and I have almost limitless room to record stuff on my computer because I got one drive just set aside, 1 terabyte drive. You can make it as big as you want. Anybody can make a PC TV computer. It's really not that hard. It's got basically you hook up your tuners, you hook it up to your TV via HDMI, and you're kind of set. So here is the front of it. Let's see if I got a back picture. There we go. That is the back of it. You can see in that picture we've got the cable card, we've got the power supply, a USB, and your cable wire. And by the way, if you don't have cable run into the room that you want to use it, you know, you can spend about $100 to get a drop. That's what I did. I didn't have one. My existing one I was using for my over-the-air antenna, and so it's a great device. It's been working really well, and I'm thinking you can actually use you can get 3 of these, and my cable company doesn't charge extra for each cable card that I'm using, so as long as it's still being used on the same computer. So that's another advantage for you guys. And if you're going to be getting this thing, I do recommend going to the Hauppauge website. If you call the company, they do have very good customer service, so answer the phone. Also, they do have some really good updates, and I want to show you this one, Digital Cable Advisor. You're going to get stuck. This is not going to be an instant installation. You got to figure out that there's a few things you might be making a mistake with. So they'll walk you through at Hauppauge. Just go ahead and call their customer service. You can email the support, or they have all the information right there online. Here is the Hauppauge website, and this is the key. You need to run the Digital Cable Advisor on your PC, on your computer that you got hooked up. So that's basically it for the device. So 2 thumbs up. I give it tons of geek cred for saving money, for working well. Works in HD, and I'm quite happy with it. Now, finally, the funniest thing I've seen all week online. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this right here made me laugh. I passed it around. It's basically wedding. These wedding photos are not exactly what they seem, and this is from. I think I got this from the Huffington Post. So thank you, Huffington Post, for this. So ready for a few laughs? Let's go ahead and move it on. Here are the pictures. No, this bride is not sniffing a porta potty. Now you gotta look at this one. This is a crazy one. No, this groom does not wear Converse on his arm leg. It looks like he's got this gigantic arm leg thing. Really, his arm's going one way, his leg's going, and for some reason the picture just sort of comes together there. No, this bride does not have pears for boobs. Well, I've seen pear-shaped boobs before, but this is ridiculous. Okay, for some reason the perspective on this, it looks like they're little people, but they're not. They're just sitting down on these special chairs, so it doesn't look like they got seats. So it ends up making everybody look like they're little people. And then got 2 more. Next one. No, this bride is not a centaur. Oh my. Yeah, I think the photographer might get fired for this. Then finally, oh, so we got a couple more. No, these bridesmaids are not naked. And then finally, this one cracked me up. No, this bride is not a hovercraft. Oh my. Well, that's my fun for the show, my funny. If you like my show, I'd like you to follow me. You can follow me on by going to my website. And I've got all sorts of follow buttons there. Here we go at compute-ability.com, where we have our weekly live show, usually at Saturday at 9 o'clock p.m. on Ustream or my website. Also, you can like me on Facebook as Scott Liberto. I've got a fan page at Computability. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm on Ustream, and I'm even on Google+. So I just want to thank you all very much for watching my video. Please support us by going to my website and hitting the support us button and following through with that. And next week, I think we're going to be going over a whole bunch of brand new products that are about to come out. The world is about to release all these crazy cell phones on us, these watches, so I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be going over, giving you dates and times, and it's going to be a smartphone I can't even get the word out. Extravaganza. It's so big I can't get the words out. That's how big it is. Anyway, thank you very much. As always, happy computing. We'll see you next time on the Computability Show.